Now, the first thing that you'll notice on launch is that you have this new template chooser, and this will appear if you haven't a default template set already, but it just gives you an easy way to access all the different templates available within the package. Drawing, brainstorming, organizational charts, and space planning. I'll go back to drawing. Of course, if you create your own templates, they can also appear within the chooser, but let's just start off with a blank document and say new diagram. Now, if you're familiar with OmniGraffle Pro already, you'll notice that there are some significant user interface changes. Most notably on first glance is the new stencil palette, which has been significantly reworked and includes some great new features as well, but we'll have a look at that a little bit later on, so we'll just pop that away for now. We have our familiar inspectors with the addition of a new document inspector, but again, we'll look at those in a bit more detail later. Let's start by focusing in on the changes to the actual document window itself. Now, over on the left-hand side, we have a new canvas button, and this allows us to show or hide the canvas sidebar. Now, canvases within OmniGraffle are basically new pages within your OmniGraffle document, and within each page, you can have multiple layers. So you can see down here at the bottom, we have a layer option. So you can create multi-layered canvases and have multiple canvases within your document. If you don't want to have a look at the canvases to navigate, you can just switch that off and hide the sidebar. We have a list view, and you can have both the canvas and the list sidebar available, but let's just hide the canvas sidebar. And the list sidebar allows us to go into outline mode and create outlines within our OmniGraffle document. The OmniGraffle Pro drawing tools have now been moved from a separate palette onto the toolbar itself. So you can see here are 4 of the most commonly used tools. Now, if you want to have the tools available in a separate floating palette, you can just go to Window, Tool Palette, and that will pop open a new palette for you. But I do prefer the tools actually in the toolbar itself. Now, these are the 4 most commonly used tools. This is completely configurable. You also have a tool divider, so you can click the tool divider and see all the other tools that are available. Now, this is configurable through preferences. So if you go to preferences and drawing tools, you can select which tools appear on the left-hand side of the tool divider and which on the right. So you can create your own selection of commonly used tools to appear in the toolbar. Next to the tools are some controls to allow you to manage your objects, so send them to the front, send them to the back, lock and ungroup or group objects, and then we have the stencils and inspector buttons. A brand new addition to OmniGraffle 5 is the addition of this new mini inspector. Now, across the ruler bar here, if I switch on or if I create an object, let's create, say, a rectangle. Now, once you select an object, the mini inspector becomes active. And you can see here in the first 4 boxes, it gives you the horizontal object position, the vertical object position, the object's width, and also its height. Now, you can change these simply by changing the size of the object, or you can enter new values into the boxes. Also, we have access directly to the fill attributes. So we can change it, say, to double linear blend, and then that gives us access to the different colors. So we have white, green, and gray for the actual blend, and we can change the rotation as well. We can change the colors and also change the rotation of the fill. Mini Inspector also gives us access to the stroke, so we can change the stroke style, change the stroke color, and also the thickness of the stroke as well. In addition, the Mini Inspector allows us to enable or disable a shadow, and also to enable or disable connectors, which we'll talk about shortly. Now, all of these attributes you can still get to via the standard inspector, but the Mini Inspector just gives you a shortcut to get directly to the attributes that you might want to commonly change. At the bottom of the window, we have a zoom control, so we can zoom into our document. We'll have a custom zoom or zoom out, but also brand new for OmniGraffle 5 is we have a new style tray. Now, the style tray is a really simple way of understanding exactly what attributes a particular object has. Now, as you can see here, we have the rectangle selected, and if I go down to the first icon in the style tray and just hover over the icon, it gives us all the different attributes that that particular object has. And then going across, we have its fill, its stroke, its image, its shadow settings, its shape, and also its text settings, which are all very good. But what you can do now is if we create a new object, so we create a new rectangle, and if I wanted to give that object the same attributes as this rectangle, all I do is just drag the first icon across onto the object, and it will just inherit all the styles that the first object has. If we just undo that, but say for instance I just wanted the fill, I can just grab the fill attribute and drag that across. It's Command Z to delete that. If I just wanted the stroke, again I can just drag that across. So as you can see, the style tray gives you full control over viewing the styles for a particular object, but also giving that particular style to other objects, or just elements of the style to other objects. A really, really simple way to use styles within OmniGraffle 5. Let's just have a quick run through some of the tools that are now available, and I'll touch on some of the new tools available in OmniGraffle.